You've always felt it, that quiet inner pull, a sense that your life had a deeper purpose, even if you couldn't explain it. Maybe it didn't make sense before. Maybe you doubted yourself, but deep down, something told you, there's more. Something's coming, something is waiting for you to remember, and now, that moment has arrived. Among the many messages shared by Brazilian spiritual leader Chico Xavier, there was one often overlooked, a warning about a coming shift, a moment of truth, a crossroads for humanity, and more importantly, a wake-up call for those born between 1950 and 1995. This isn't about religion, it's not about blind belief, it's about feeling, it's about recognizing that the world is shifting, and you're shifting with it. Something unseen is calling you, and for the first time, maybe ever, everything that once felt disconnected is starting to fall into place. Chico Xavier spoke of a spiritual deadline, a moment in time when souls would have to make a choice, remember who they are and step into mission or stay asleep. And while the choice wouldn't be forced, the signs would be impossible to ignore. In this video, we're revealing 7 events, not just predictions, but real-time spiritual triggers unfolding right now inside the minds, bodies, and hearts of those who came here for something more. And if you're one of them, here's the truth: your mission has already begun. Back in 1971 on national TV, Chico Xavier revealed something profound, a spiritual countdown. He said that humanity had been given 50 years, starting in 1969, to choose a path, to evolve, to shift toward peace, unity, and consciousness. The deadline? 2019. After that point, the direction of Earth's future would depend on one thing: only the vibration of the collective. If we moved toward light, we'd enter a new era of harmony. If not, the consequences would accelerate. But Chico also said something else, something that matters right now. An entire generation would reincarnate during this window to help hold the energy of transition. Souls born between 1950 and 1995. He called them old spirits, light carriers, silent warriors of the new earth. They would forget their mission at first, but when the time was right, they would be awakened by powerful signs, often through pain, loss, or sudden transformation. And that time is now. If you're in that generation and your life has been shaken lately, jobs ending, relationships breaking, health issues out of nowhere, or a deep, inexplicable feeling that you're supposed to be doing something more, you're not lost. You're being activated. Chico made it clear. This spiritual deadline wasn't the end, it was the beginning, and those who came during this cycle hold spiritual codes that are waking up. You didn't come here to just survive, you came to remember, and that remembrance begins with disruption. The reactivation of a dormant spiritual mission. Lately, have you felt a strange restlessness, like you're living the wrong life? Like you're surrounded by people who don't really see you? You try to push through, to fit in, to carry on, but something keeps pulling you inward, towards something undefined, yet undeniable. That's not confusion, that's calling. Chico Xavier explained that many of us accepted a mission before birth, a soul agreement, but that mission was hidden until the right time. And how would we remember? Through a shake-up, through sudden changes that force us to stop, question, and awaken. Loss, illness, divorce, burnout, sudden relocations. All of these are spiritual triggers, not punishments, but keys. If you've been feeling the urge to drop everything and start over, even if you don't know where to begin, you're not having a breakdown. You're remembering what once felt meaningful now feels empty. What used to seem crazy now feels like truth. This is the first major activation, when pretending is no longer possible, when the discomfort gets too loud to ignore, and when your soul starts leading the way. No matter how much your mind resists, you're not being broken. You're being recalibrated because the mission is real and time is short. Accelerated karmic clearing. Have things been speeding up lately? Do consequences arrive faster than ever? Does it feel like the universe has you on fast forward? Ending relationships, collapsing plans, stripping away everything familiar. That's not chaos. That's karmic acceleration. Chico Xavier said that as humanity reached the spiritual threshold, karma would stop unfolding slowly across lifetimes and start cycling instantly. Why? To clear space, to align souls with their true mission, especially those born to assist during this era. If you've experienced financial loss, sudden illness, breakups, or people disappearing from your life without warning, it's not random, it's release. Everything that no longer matches your vibration is being removed. Some things leave gently, others are torn away, but all of it is part of the purge. You carry ancestral patterns, past life vows, old soul contracts, and they're surfacing now. Not to punish you, but to free you. That's why the pain comes in waves. But after the storm comes clarity. A strange sense of peace rises in the ruins. You realize you're not broken, just lighter. This is the karmic harvest. And it's not about guilt, it's about liberation. What's leaving now was never meant to stay. Ancient gifts waking up. You're sensing things more deeply than before. You feel other people's emotions like they're your own. You know what's going to happen, and it happens. You dream of symbols, of people you've never met, of light that seems to speak. You think it's your imagination, but it's not. It's your gifts. Chico Xavier always taught that our souls carry forward every spiritual skill we've ever earned. Nothing is lost. It's all encoded, waiting for the moment when it's needed again. That moment is here. People across the globe, many with no spiritual background at all, are suddenly writing messages from their higher selves, feeling energy in their hands, sensing presences, hearing thoughts, channeling light. These aren't accidents, these are soul memories returning. You might feel fear. That's normal. The mind doesn't know how to process what the spirit remembers. But these gifts aren't coming back to impress or inflate. They're returning to serve. Your pineal gland is activating. Your heart is opening. That's why your dreams are more vivid. Why time feels strange. Why you're more emotional than usual. You're being retuned to the frequency of who you really are. Soul mission partnerships. Throughout human history, spiritual missions have often been shared in pairs, in soul clusters. And right now, many of those pairs are reconnecting, not for romance, for purpose. Chico Xavier spoke of sacred reconnections, moments when souls who've walked together in other lifetimes are drawn back together to fulfill something they agreed to long ago. Have you met someone recently who felt instantly familiar? Or had someone from your past return, different but deeply aligned? These aren't coincidences, they're activations. These bonds may look like love, like friendship, or something in between. What matters isn't the label, it's the energy. These people wake something up in you. They challenge you, they heal you, they remind you. Chico said, "No meeting is random. There are invisible contracts guiding us. If this has already happened to you, trust it. If not yet, stay open." These meetings often arrive like lightning, because what you're here to do together can't wait. Spiritual signals manifesting in the body. Your body is speaking, louder than ever. Maybe you've felt your heart racing for no reason. Tingling in your hands, waves of heat, cold shivers, sudden dizziness, ringing in your ears, especially at night. Or perhaps your dreams have become vivid, symbolic, even prophetic. It's not stress, it's a message. Chico Xavier often said, "The body is the soul's first instrument." And when the spirit begins to awaken, the body feels it first. That's Exactly what's happening now. Earth's frequency is changing. The planet's magnetic field is shifting. Solar activity is increasing. And your body, as a spiritual receiver, is syncing with this new vibration. That's why your system is reacting. It's not malfunctioning, it's recalibrating. Your energy centers are waking up. Heart chakra openings can cause chest and pressure. Crown chakra activation may bring tingling at the top of the head or flashes of light in your dreams. Pineal gland stimulation can cause you to see patterns, numbers, deceased loved ones, or even hear subtle tones. These aren't symptoms of illness. They're symptoms of evolution, but it's crucial to treat yourself with care. Drink more water, rest when needed. Create silence in your day, not to escape, but to listen. Your body is becoming a transmitter, and the signals are getting louder. This isn't just a physical shift, it's the embodiment of your spiritual awakening. Feeling like you're in a different dimension. Lately, does it feel like you don't belong here anymore? Like the world is getting louder, but you crave stillness? That old conversations feel empty and crowded places drain you? You look around and think, this all feels off. That's not just emotional fatigue. That's dimensional separation. Chico Xavier spoke of a time when Earth would begin shifting, not only physically but vibrationally. A time when those aligned with the new frequency would begin to feel like they were living in a parallel reality, even while still in the same physical space. If that feels familiar, you're already in the shift. You're still walking among people, but your energy no longer matches the old world. You feel lies in your skin. You sense truth behind words. You feel overwhelmed by noise. And the more artificial the environment, the more exhausted you become. This isn't arrogance, it's sensitivity. As dimensions begin to split vibrationally, you'll feel this separation in your body and your soul. Sudden fatigue, the need to isolate, followed by moments of intense clarity, bursts of creativity, and deep emotional releases. These are waves, and you're learning to surf them. That's why you're shedding habits, leaving jobs, walking away from dynamics that no longer nourish you. You're not falling apart. You're aligning. The old world is fading. A new one is forming inside. Uddhara 7. The final call. It's time to choose. There comes a moment when the whispers turn into roars, when the universe stops nudging and starts pushing, when the signs stop being subtle and become undeniable. That moment is now. Chico Xavier often said that despite all divine plans, the greatest gift given to humanity is free will. No soul will be forced to awaken, but there will come a choice, a moment of clarity, a crossroads, and that choice will change everything. Maybe you're standing at that crossroads already. One path looks familiar, safe, predictable, but empty. The other, wild, unknown, but alive. One keeps you asleep, the other awakens your purpose, and only you can decide. This final call won't come with trumpets. It'll come with a dream, a sudden opportunity, a loss that shakes you, a conversation that stirs your soul, a silence that says more than words. Many will ignore it. They'll cling to the illusion, to comfort, to fear. But others, maybe you, will say yes, even if it's scary, even if it makes no sense, because the soul chooses long before the mind understands. This is your most important spiritual decision, and no one can make it for you. You can keep living the way you always have been, or you can become who you were born to be. That door is open now, but it won't stay open forever. You're not alone. All over the world, people born between 1950 and 1995 are awakening, many since 2019, as if a hidden light inside them was suddenly turned on. For some, the awakening came through illness. For others, grief. For many, it started with losing a job, a partner, a home. Some began hearing their intuition so clearly they couldn't ignore it anymore. Others started dreaming vividly, seeing visions, feeling energy. craving spiritual connection like never before, and all of them felt that time itself had changed. This isn't coincidence, this was foretold. Chico Xavier spoke often of lightworkers, souls who would be awakened in silence, one by one, each in their own time, and that awakening wouldn't bring confusion, it would bring clarity. At first, it would feel like a storm, then like freedom. You've likely noticed repeated numbers like 1111, heard songs that speak directly to your soul, animals acting differently around you, children staring deeply into your eyes, emotional waves that come out of nowhere, a longing you can't explain. All of this is confirmation. You can try to go back to who you were, but it won't fit anymore. The old reality doesn't match your new vibration. Conversations feel shallow, certain places feel heavy, people who aren't waking up seem further away than ever. You're walking between the world you once knew and the one you came to help build. Even if it feels lonely, others are walking beside you, quietly, invisibly, but with the same light burning in their chest. Chico said, "Spirituality will not arrive in flaming chariots, it will arrive in frequency." And that's what's happening. You're tuning in, you're not waiting for a sign anymore, because you are the sign. If you resonated with at least 3 of the 7 events we shared, then you're part of this prophecy. It's unfolding inside you, but awakening is just the beginning. The real journey starts when you choose to live with awareness. When you realize you're not here to be perfect, you're here to serve, not to suffer, but to live with purpose. That purpose begins within. Before healing the world, you heal yourself. Before teaching, you remember. Before transforming others, you align your own vibration. So begin where you are. Create sacred rituals, clean your space, bless your meals, pray from the heart. Sit in silence. Light a candle not for show, but to signal your readiness. Take care of your energetic hygiene. Eat lighter, avoid chaos. Protect your frequency like it's your most precious treasure, because it is. And most importantly, connect with others who are waking up. Find your soul tribe. Build sacred spaces. Share. Listen. Expand together. Chico Xavier said, "When 2 awakened souls meet, their light multiplies. Even if you haven't found them yet, keep searching. They're already looking for you too. You don't need to convince anyone. You just need to vibrate, align, shine. You're not here to change the entire world. You're here to change the space around you just by existing in truth. That's how the world shifts, through awakened souls, living as who they really are. So now that you've seen the signs, felt the calling, remembered who you are, there's no turning back. This message found you for a reason. You didn't imagine it. You recognized it. Chico Xavier wasn't speaking to crowds. He was speaking to you, to the soul behind the eyes, to the light behind the pain, to the mission behind the confusion. And now it's time to declare, I accept my mission. Say it, write it, feel it, not as a metaphor, as a contract, because once you accept it, the path unfolds. You're not alone. Others are waking up, and your light might just be the sign they've been waiting for.